Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, is that a relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said.
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January.
His post might be deleted now, but we all know that 50 Cent is not holding back when it comes to throwing shade at Diddy Combs. 50 Cent, who has been at odds with Diddy for decades, is now preparing his documentary production company to take on the troubled bad boy mogul by revealing Diddy's sexual history with all of the rappers he has worked with. Not coming slow, 50 is set to burn all the bridges this time. Take a look. The long-running conflict between 50 Cent and Diddy appears to be intensifying as rumors of him working on a documentary exploring the founder of Bad Boy Records' legal issues are starting to surface. But before everything, here's 50 casually throwing shade at P. Diddy.
Wake up and damn, pause, but like just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the fraud.
Many internet users support the notion, especially considering 50 Cent's tendency to stir things up and the public scrutiny Diddy is facing due to numerous sexual assault claims. Although Diddy continues to insist on his innocence, 50 Cent is determined to use his investigative abilities to find proof to back up the claims made in court filings. The G-Unit rapper responded quickly to the news that Diddy had settled his lawsuit with Cassie, who had accused him of rape, sex trafficking, and abuse. In a since-deleted Instagram post, 50 wrote, "He paid that money real quick," and then took back his statement. Many found this decision puzzling, especially in light of his previous social media taunts directed against Diddy. For those of you who are not sure, Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, sued Diddy in the Southern District of New York U.S. District Court, citing years of alleged abuse at his hands. She alleged that, in addition to giving her drugs, Diddy made her carry his gun, maintained a fast-paced drug-fueled lifestyle, and physically abused her several times, some of which his staff also saw.
Diddy allegedly assaulted his son's football coach with kettlebells, and I guess you guys are friends, but you immediately went on
Yeah.
It was really funny. Did Diddy find that amusing?
He probably didn't. You know, like when I first heard it, it just was funny to me because, like, no matter what you do, you get these different status. Like you'd be like writer, producer, a mogul.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get in trouble, they go rapper.
Ah.
You go right back to rapper.
Right back to rapper.
And then I saw that happen to him, and I was like laughing. I poked fun at it because, you know, it didn't seem like a real serious situation. And then when it kind of, you know, it starts bad. No matter what it is, it starts bad in the news, and then it kind of makes its way over to something positive.
Yeah.
And no one reports it when it starts to become positive.
Right.
And then as it started to, you know, work his way out, I felt better about me poking fun at it.
Yeah.
So recently, Ventura decided to speak up because she wanted to share her story and support other women in similar circumstances. In her statements, Ventura persisted, originally demanding $30 million from Diddy under the fear of publishing a negative book about their relationship, a move that Diddy's camp saw as clear blackmail, despite Diddy's lawyers adamantly disputing the charges. And although the lawsuit was later dropped, Ventura decided to go ahead and file a lawsuit, which led to a settlement that is still unknown to this day between the two parties. Then again, not only 50, but Jaguar has also been warning us for a while now that Diddy's reputation in the industry isn't exactly flawless, particularly in light of Sean Diddy Combs' attempts to coerce young girls into performing questionable things for Hollywood heavyweights.
People don't know the reality of Total, and the reality of Total is that Kima Dyson started that group. Puffy got into the mix later. Her mom was like their manager. Her sister Vita survived. Her sister Vita was with Irv Gotti before Ashanti got there. Like, these were girls who were making their bones in the game. They were making deals. They were getting deals. And they did this before Puffy came. Their name was breaking before Puffy got involved. Then Puffy got involved, and then the next thing you know, Missy gets involved. And when Missy got involved, everything changed. But what I hated more than anything was how Kima Dyson kind of got ostracized from the entity that she was damn near responsible for creating because she wasn't. because she was straight, because she had a husband, because she had children, because he had a family, because they had a business. And then the next thing you know, here come Puffy, Diddy, Dirty Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, real fast.
They did nothing either.
I mean,
Danny Kane, nothing. Like his groups do nothing. Like they start off good, but I believe it's him. He's the #1 denominator. You know what I mean?
Hey, Clive Davis's artists kind of experience the same things as Angie Starr.
Not to mention Cassie Ventura's lawsuit against Diddy. It seems like Jaguar's comments are starting to make more sense than not. Throughout the discussion, she leveled some very serious accusations, one of which being that Diddy is engaged in open sex trafficking and is essentially a puppet of the Hollywood elite.
I feel about him making her search for prostitutes who were dark-skinned with big black penises. That's literally what he made her search for.
I mean, that's what he into.
What do you think Diddy and Farnsworth Bentley's real relationship was?
Concubine, master.
She also brought up how he utilizes his fame to intimidate and assault young artists, even naming a few of his victims. According to her, he uses his power in Hollywood to take advantage of and exploit these artists.
When I started addressing my issues about what happened to Malik B and what happened to Flo Brown, I just started looking, as I've gotten older, like I dissect life a little differently now. I'm always looking for the origin of a problem. I'm not looking to deal with the fallout that is presently here now. If I want to get rid of it, I got to go to the origin. I got to figure out where it comes from, and I got to dig those roots up, and I got to make sure it can't continue to grow.
But what made you tell about P. Diddy and Christopher Williams?
Because they had it coming. They had it coming. I had no intention of ever telling that story. Matter of fact, I wasn't going to tell the story, but they kept posting nasty things about my kids on Instagram.
Yet, Wright recently said in an interview that Diddy isn't the stand-up man he portrays himself as online. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes, and it's not pretty, especially at the supposed parties that he throws.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something that I've never told anybody before on camera.
Well, let me straighten the wig.
All right, there's a Hollywood party. I'm not gonna say any of the names though. I'm just. If Spirit give it to you, I will not deny what you say. Okay, it was a certain urban artist, but he wasn't black. Had a big record that just broke. He was married to an actress at the time.
So it was him Robin Thicke.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was at his dad's house, which I guess is his house now, in Sunset Hills. I went with an old associate of mine. His name is Jimmy, and he was the vice president of Andre Harrell's label, New America.
You talking about Jimmy,
No.
Okay.
Jimmy's back.
Oh. Give it to
now. But he was the vice president of New America, which was the label that Robin Thicke was on at the time. So me and Jimmy get to the party. It was very interesting. There was a certain supermodel that showed up at the party and was thrown out of the party for some very, very, very vulgar conversation, very loudly about people. There were video girls there that were dancing. Michael Rappaport was there that night.
Who?
Michael Rappaport. The one who's beefing with KD. With Kevin Durant.
Now, is he an athlete as well?
No, Michael Rappaport, the actor. He played Remy in Higher Learning.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he was there at the party. And there was a guy that was a comedian. He used to be on MTV. He just kind of disappeared. He was there. And a few other people were there. Andre Harrell was there. And it was a very interesting night. There was a lot of party favors. And
when you say party favors, we mean...
Yeah, party favors. And of course there was alcohol. And so the video dancers were dancing, and then the white girls got upset because they weren't getting any attention because they couldn't dance like the dancers could because they were all women of color. So then they decided to do a whole love scene on the pool table in the living room by the fireplace.
Of course they did.
You know, but there were a few inappropriate things that happened. But this particular supermodel, she did a spread eagle, and she didn't have any dress. Her whole, you know, life force, and told everybody to inside out or something like that. Hollywood house parties are like that, you know, or you'll go and just out of nowhere, you know, things will just turn left.
But it seems like as you said, it seems like this is like the norm.
It's very normal. It is very normal.
In particular, Jaguar made some unsettling revelations, one of which was Diddy's associations with shady people. That makes sense, of course, considering Diddy's track record for having some powerful but sketchy connections in the industry. In fact, that's precisely why he hasn't been arrested and charged with the allegations made against him after all this time. Meanwhile, some who know the rapper well have disclosed how Diddy exploits young musicians in the inner circles. As the owner of Bad Boy Entertainment, for example, he is occasionally accused of sexually abusing his position of authority and influence. T.D. Jackson, his top aide, is alleged to have attended nearly all of these predatory parties.
Man, what I think about it is this, you know. When I grew up in the church, the sinners was not supposed to have the same atmosphere with the saints. You had to be able to separate the two. So I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin. Drinking, maybe fornication, man on man, woman on woman, he on she. But maybe he'd have to lay some hands on somebody. Maybe he'd have to save some souls. I know he got a contract with Revolt, so I'm just like, it's just real strange that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party or any kind of place with Diddy unless it's in a business atmosphere. So now what he's doing is he's making, man, he making the Christians look real bad right about now.
And you've been to these parties, right?
Oh yeah, I was there when he was doing the white parties in the Hamptons and the whole 9 yards. So I know what goes on at the parties. If, you know, they probably got a little bit more freakier, you know, as time went on, you know, because they got to the point whereas that they didn't even care. It used to be secretly, you know, where people used to go to, you know, separate rooms and different rooms, and they wasn't doing that out in the public, you know, so, but now they don't care. Men kissing men and all this other stuff. That's just crazy. I was getting calls from females that stated that they had situations that were, I'm trying to put it in a way, there were situations that if law enforcement individuals heard it, they had, Puff had broke the law with them. So he had committed a crime. And in doing so, if those are the females who went and found the lawyers to take their case, he's gonna be facing criminal charges because the act in which they explained to me were criminal acts. The drug, the touching, the raping, all that.
Now, as a result of all that is happening, Usher has also stepped forth to reveal an honest and less glamorous aspect of his early career. He disclosed that Combs had exposed him to drugs and wild parties when he was a young and innocent child. Usher said he felt a lot of pressure to participate in things he wasn't emotionally or psychologically prepared for. He said that although he now regretted some of the choices he made at the time, he was only able to act as best he could under the circumstances.
It was hard. There were a lot of things I seen and a lot of positions that I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be. I was 13 years old, and being 13, having that type of exposure, it was cool to go to Howard Homecoming with Puff. It was great to be able to go to Club USA or the Supper Club, with Puffy in that time, or the Tunnel. But these are places that a 13-year-old probably should not be. Most kids will be excited about it. Most kids are trying to figure out, how to be around, hot girls, pretty girls. I'm around grown women, and I'm seeing them do things and have experiences that I'm not quite ready for. And I think that he was just trying to show me the lifestyle. However, that's not what I was there for. I was there because I wanted a career, man. So we would fight, we would tussle. More than often, I think Puffy would say, man, you got to chill. Like, you just a little bit too intense. You got to relax. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, like banging on this man as though, I am the manager. I am the spokesperson for Usher. And I'm telling him, look, you're going to put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. You're going to make me a priority, too. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? I think as a kid, I realized, hey, look, that's not my ring. That's not my moment. That's not my bottle. That's not my drink. That's not my celebration. So I'm not here to celebrate. I wanted people to be excited about me the way that they were excited about him. I wanted my own success. So I would stay at the studio. All of what I could absorb from being an artist, being around other performers like Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, I'll Be Sure at the time, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, all of these people, I would just absorb every bit of what I could get my hands on. I was just pulling everything I possibly could. There was a lesson in all of it. There was something to pull from it all because I got a chance to see a glimpse of the lifestyle, a glimpse of the idea of what it was to be successful. And part of all of this is really, if you can see it, then you should believe it.
Of course, Reggie Wright Jr. has just come forth to support all of Usher's assertions, and, well, he could very much be on Diddy's hit list. Up next, Combs was also criticized by Usher for not being the greatest role model. He felt forced to fire Combs to establish his own identity, pursue his career on his own terms, and stop being someone's property.
Telling y'all that been battling with this homosexuality way before all this shit came out. Y'all be, you motherfuckers like always saying, and you too, John, Reggie be lying, Reggie making up shit. But if y'all go and listen to my videos before, y'all see I done spoke on all this bullshit before. Been telling y'all, Puffy Combs is a fucking homosexual. Any man sitting paying a motherfucking meal to come and watch him have sex with his girl is a weirdo. Now I know y'all be like, well, you don't watch porn, you don't watch porn. No, number one, I don't pay a motherfucking man to come and watch me or let me watch them a man. I mean, a girl. I ain't gonna pay no man to do that. And generally, if I'm watching porn, it's girl on girl. That's just my taste. But yeah, that's crazy. But I've been telling y'all the nigga is gay. He's gay, but when you have to have these females around, you gotta hide that crazy fantasy y'all got. Gene done told y'all, the nigga going to buy butt plugs. Somebody gonna come out and tell y'all these stories. It's just a matter of time.
Meanwhile, recent actions by fellow rapper Maze, who confronted Diddy on social media about unpaid publishing rights from their past joint ventures, have also drawn attention to ongoing issues in the music industry. It appears that Maze accused Diddy of still refusing to grant him publication rights for work he did more than 20 years ago. In a tweet, Maze highlighted the difficult situation of young artists who sign unfair contracts with Diddy and become caught up in a never-ending cycle of abuse and freakouts with the rapper. 11. So, does this indicate that 50 will work with each of these artists to bring Diddy's career to a close once and for all? That's all for today. Make sure to drop by with your thoughts in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon.
as a result of being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. I got it from him. I mean, this is a dude who just never slept. He's probably the first one to get up and the last one to go to sleep. So at the age of 8, 9, I begin to ask myself, like, what am I gonna do with my life? Who am I gonna be? Am I gonna be a teenager who sleeps on my mom's couch, looking for, a menial job that, will at least give me enough to just pay for gas to get there and from every day? Nah, I want to do something that I feel is going to take my mom out of here and hopefully put us in a better situation.
Of course, Reggie Wright Jr. has just come forth to support all of Usher's assertions, and, well, he could very much be on Diddy's hit list. Up next, Combs was also criticized by Usher for not being the greatest role model. He felt forced to fire Combs to establish his own identity, pursue his career on his own terms, and stop being someone's property.
That's really good. Let me take my shade off. Now, I could say this because it's not something I didn't say to him. Puff, how do I want to say this? Me and Puff was like, I felt like I did more than I got credit for, more than I got paid for.
You felt or did you do that? Because you said felt. Like
okay,
feeling.
Let's clear that up then.
You saying you feeling that?
No, we're going to keep it with, because I'm trying to be nice. I never got paid what I was worth, and I never got the respect I was worth. So this thing that I got for Puff is more like, you trying to keep me here, nigga. I'm not here. All my peers is up here. All my peers are bosses. When it's time, just like somebody raised somebody up, they did work with you, they go from your little man to maybe A&R to something else. He just kept trying to keep me right here, like he didn't want me to grow at anything.